Hi, I'm Liz, the co-founder and chief creative officer of Weezie. Welcome to my house in Savannah, Georgia. Come on in. Okay, we are here in our formal living room. This is right off of the entry, and this is actually the very first room we worked on with our first interior designer, Robin Roberts, and she did a really good job pulling out some of the calmer colors I wanted, but in a really fresh, unique way. And so she really just held my hand through it. The curtains are by Thomas Calloway, and they were kind of the starting point for the room. Beautiful, geometric, kind of fresh feeling to them, but in this sage green that's very calming, and it's been fun to pair those with more traditional fabrics. So we have this Lee Joffa on the chairs, which I've always loved, and I love the juxtaposition of those two together. We have a Schumacher fabric on the pillows that has an embroidered element, and then I've always loved these lamps from Visual Comfort. They're just such a striking piece. They're huge, and it feels like a beautiful piece of pottery. We knew we wanted to keep the walls neutral because I love collecting art. A lot of the art in here I did myself. This one over here was a piece I actually did in art school in college. It's of my mom. We love seeing that right when we walk into this room. This huge floral piece was the first thing I bought for the house at a local antique store here called Clutter. Some of these other pieces I have, Kate Turnespede is a favorite artist of mine, and then these sunflowers from my oldest daughter Tempe that she painted, and I love mixing those in. And then a piece from one of my best friends here, Mary Margaret. She does these incredible pressed flowers that she covers in resin. I got these portraits of my two oldest girls. I still need to do the baby, by an artist that I found on Instagram. I fell in love with her style. Above them is a piece by Melvin G. She did a pop-up at our flagship store in Atlanta. The guy has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Even though it's our formal living room, we really love this space and we use it all the time. We have a record player in here. We have a bar cart, so when people come over, we'll put drinks on the bar cart. So I would say every square inch of our house is really used and loved, and nothing is overly precious. We have 3 young kids, so we don't really have that benefit. And then I have an addiction to coffee table books. You can see a few of them here, and these stacks just keep growing. We edited them a bit for the shoot. I cannot forget, we call this the spilled martini room. I'm obsessed with this and my husband hates it, but I think it's so fun and we keep it out in the house. And so it is the spilled martini room. Perfect for our shaken and stirred embroidery on these cocktail napkins, which has been so much fun. Okay, we are now here in the dining room, which is right off of the entry. And this is one of the rooms that I did with Robin Roberts Design. It's actually one of the first rooms that we worked on. And I knew was that I wanted to color drench this room. And this is Benjamin Moore Grenada Villa, but we tried a ton of different colors. Robin must have painted 10 swatches right here until we landed on the color. And I'm so happy with it. It is this warm green with some undertones of blue. From there, we went on to the curtains. These are a Schumacher, and just loved the graphic element and bringing in some blue and how painterly they felt. And then we had so much fun with the art in here. So Robin found these at a gallery in Birmingham, and they're actually marker. And I love how it seems like they are our dinner party guests. And my husband Jason and I were in Paris, and we went to the flea market, and I saw this painting, but it was the very beginning of the day, and we ultimately ended up passing on it. And then it was one of those things that I thought about, and then we got home and I kept talking about it. Fast forward to our next anniversary, and I opened the painting in Savannah, and Jason found the stand in the flea market, worked with an art shipper, which made it all more expensive, but all the better memories. Here we are all set up for a dinner party. We have our new Weezie tabletop line. We have our white scallop dinner napkins, one set that says Bon Appetit in a fun marigold thread, and then we have another one that's just a little bit more classic with white thread on the white napkin that just says EE in our river font, which I love. And this dining table we actually bought from the previous owners. It is an antique, and it just fits so perfectly in this room that when we were buying the house, it was one of the things that we requested, and they they agreed that they didn't think this was meant to be anywhere but this room. And so it's a beautiful antique that we inherited from them. And then we covered it in this beautiful yellow on the chairs. It's a velvet. It looks like a different color at different times of day, and it has this nice sheen to it. So it kind of changes based on time of day and where you're standing, and it just brings a nice little element of warmth to the room. And then this rug is one that Robin found, and I love that it also has little pops of yellow and the blues and more colors that kind of tie into the rest of the house. From the dining room, you come into our bar area, and this is such a fun space, similar to a powder bath, where you can really go for it and do something a little bit riskier or that you're maybe a little bit more intimidated by, and black was that for me. So we painted the whole thing black, ceiling included, and then Robin found this wallpaper that I immediately fell in love with. I love a block print flower. It's from Studio 4 NYC, and it paired really nicely with the black because it really kind of softened it and is a little bit more playful. Another visual comfort light that we love, and then another ode to New York here. It's the Brooklyn Bridge, and I just love these little sprinkles of New York throughout the house. Reminds us of our time there and how we go back every year to celebrate the holiday with our girls. And no bar is complete without our powder bath towels. So I love putting something fun on these, just adding to the festiveness. This is Chin Chin, which is cheers in Italian, and have kitchen towels in here too. The cute lemon embroidery by my lemon bowl. And then I love this application of our dinner napkins on the wine bottle. We also love having our linen like guest towels by the bar because your guests can use them and toss them if they are trying to dry their hands or clean something up. This is our newest design in our marbled tray, which is definitely a favorite of mine. I love the way this looks in our bar. It's such a great element to add.